Greetings, Slackers. It's September 3rd, 2017, and I'm over here on SC Media with the article I wanted to share with you as it relates to your personal online safety and security. And this is by Bradley Barth. Dating apps that collect personal details may attract scammers, researchers warn. And what it says here is users of online dating apps and the businesses they work for could end up the target of spear phishing and social engineering scams, especially when these services make one's personal information accessible to virtually anyone, Trend Micro researchers warned in a blog post on Thursday. Looking at 7 different dating apps, Trend Micro found that in almost all cases, it is very easy to find the dating app profile of a prominent corporate executive, government official, or other public figure, assuming they registered for one, of course. Potential scammers can even use an app's filters to request dating partners who share the same physical traits, age, profession, and precise location for their intended targets, in order to vastly improve the odds that their intended scam victim will be listed among the matching profiles. Trend Micro tested out this scenario with Tinder, Plenty of Fish, JDate, OkCupid, Grindr, Coffee Meets Bagel, and Lovestruck, and found Grindr to be the only exception because the service requires less personal information from its users. Likewise, the researchers also found it easy to leverage users' dating account data to determine their identities outside of the service and track them across other online services such as Facebook and LinkedIn using basic open source technology profiling techniques. Quote, many were just too eager to share more sensitive information than necessary, the report stated regarding the app users. But in other cases, it was the app itself asking for a surprising amount of information, said Trend Micro, noting that some apps require a Facebook profile to connect to in order to set up an account. Tinder even includes users' Facebook information, their dating profiles, the blog posts added, even though on Facebook that same data may be private. Armed with key personal information, attackers can next attempt to exploit select users in a variety of targeted scams. Quote, with a little bit of social engineering, it's easy enough to dupe the user into clicking on a link. It can be as vanilla as classic phishing page for the dating app itself or the network the attacker is sending them to, the report states. And when combined with password reuse, an attacker can gain an initial foothold into a person's life. Once the target is compromised, the attacker can attempt to hijack more machines with the end game of accessing the victim's professional life and their company's network. After setting up numerous fake accounts, Trend Micro researchers also learned that the dating apps do not appear to have any mechanism to stop users from sending each other malicious links to sites that could potentially compromise an individual's device or credentials. SE has requested comment from the companies behind all 7 of the studied dating apps and will add their responses as they come in. Looking to prove that such schemes do not just exist in theory, Trend Micro set up various honeypot accounts on 4 of the dating networks, making up false profiles that feature professions and locations that might be enticing to an attacker, i.e., medical admins near hospitals, military personnel near bases. However, the effort came up empty as no scammers bit on the opportunity. Regardless, there have already been reports of attackers who search online services for specific groups of users in order to trick them into downloading malware. As Trend Micro notes, Israeli Defense Forces reported earlier this year that Hamas operatives have been creating the fake Facebook profiles featuring photos of attractive women in order to chat with Israeli soldiers and convince them to download an app that is actually malware. Quote, maybe we didn't like the right accounts. Perhaps no campaigns were active on the online dating networks in areas we choose during our research, the blog post stated. This isn't to say, though, that this couldn't happen or isn't happening. We know that it's technically and definitely possible. Well, folks, how many of you out there are using multiple dating apps and are on multiple dating sites? Go ahead and raise your hand. All right. Now, One of the things that you should know is that not every dating site and dating app has the proper security protocols in place to protect you. And think about this for a second. Tinder only allows you to log in through the Facebook login feature, which a lot of websites have. And what that's doing is that's linking your Facebook profile with an account of the service that you're going to be accessing. Now, in this day of personal data, identity theft, and catfishing, you definitely want to be careful about how far you spread yourself and how much information you put out there, because people who want to find out information on you, they're smart and they're willing to invest the time to gather the necessary pieces to have enough on you that they can then use that information against you. So, for instance, if you're on Plenty of Fish, back a while ago, Plenty of Fish was asking people to, put their real names in, stating that when people use their names, it allowed the conversation to flow, and it made people seem more, realistic, because, here's a person with a real name, and, oh, hi, Amy, how are you doing? What's going on? Oh, do you really like that team? Whatever, and so it made, breaking the ice a lot easier. But the problem that it also presents too is that by Facebook profiles being open to the public, I don't know about you, but I've gone on there without logging on, and I've just looked through profiles, maybe scanning for, pictures or interests to see what people are saying, as part of my own personal research. But maybe I was also doing it out of boredom. Just again, think there could be other people out there with a more malicious intent, and they're doing the same thing. And this is completely wide open for anyone to access. It's nothing today for someone to take your picture, and now they have picture matching databases they can run your picture through to try to locate you and track you. And that could tap into your Facebook profile that could have been scraped by a third party service that you might have accepted and gave consent to on Facebook, as well as anything else that you might have opted into. I know that this is a lot to take in, but you want to protect yourself. And in this digital age, you want to reduce your digital footprint as much as you can. You want to have multiple email addresses, and this is just one tip that I'm handing you. And you also want to operate under pseudonyms or nicknames. You don't need to put your real name out there or your address. Withhold some of that information and first talk with someone. See what it is that their intent is. Try to have a dialogue and try to have a good conversation. Don't be in a rush. And some of this will help you to stay out of trouble and not be a potential victim. But I just want to share that with you. What are your thoughts about this? Is this something that you knew? If not, by all means, come over to this website, look at this link, click on some of the other links, and take a look at the other connecting articles related to this so you can be informed. And share this video with someone else so that they know as well. The more that this type of information gets shared, the more people can protect and save themselves from being victims. Anyways, that's going to do it for this article and this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Did you enjoy this video and find it informative? Subscribe to the Slackers Method and click the bell icon next to the subscribe button to receive all the latest notifications for when I upload new videos.